My trauma-informed therapeutic classroom approach puts children's needs at the heart of every single classroom. Now, I really hope that this becomes the new standard for schools within the UK, and that is a very real possibility because it's absolutely taking off. Now, although these rooms are beautiful and they look fantastic, it's really important to remember that they are underpinned by childhood trauma, neuroscience, and some real theory behind them around mental health and well-being. And that is really important to remember. So if you're really excited about this and you want to go out and start to design your own space, there are a few things that you really need to think about to make sure that it's trauma-informed and that it stays as organic as possible in line with the reasons why we choose the furniture and the resources that we do. Everything has been specifically chosen and has a real purpose and a real reason behind it, and I don't want that to get lost. So here are some tips for you if you're thinking about designing your spaces. A really important feature is removing backboards or display boards. We don't need them in our classrooms. Hundreds of children tell me that large display boards with loads of colours and lots of work actually makes them feel stressed, and it's really difficult to find the work that they need. Let's take them away. Our therapeutic rooms don't have backboards, they don't have display boards. Instead, we have frames on walls. You might frame some work, you might frame some art, you might have positive quotes, and you absolutely should have pictures of the children on the walls too. The second thing is soft lighting. We're coming away from bright strobe lights and really harsh lighting in a room because that can be distracting in itself. In fact, it can make children feel quite chaotic just looking at something and having all the bright lights around them. So let's tone that down. Think about in your space adding lamps, adding battery-powered lanterns, things that you would find in a home, table lamps, floor lamps, any type of lighting that's going to calm down that room. That's really going to make your room therapeutic and is an essential part of our design. What I want you to think about is a colour scheme. So pick things that really blend well together and feel like they're purposely thought about. I like to use greys, neutral beiges, blacks, whites, creams, and some browns. You might just choose black or white, or grey and white. But whatever you choose, it needs to feel neutral and calming, because that's going to impact a child's internal state. You're going to calm that brain down and you're going to get them to actually focus on their work or the task that they're doing rather than being overwhelmed by the stimulus around them. One of the things I'm often asked is, how do you put storage into a therapeutic classroom? Now, storage is really important, and what we don't want to do is to feel like we have to use those big units with all the drawers or plastic boxes and things like that, because those things are often really bright and colourful. They're not great for the environment and they don't look great either. The idea of a therapeutic room is that it's ordered, and so we don't want to clutter that space up with stuff. Think about using clever storage. I love to use baskets. Big baskets you can put things in and they look really nice in a space, but the children can get out what they need. Baskets on shelves. Think about trolleys, storage trolleys, the children can put things in them. Shelving. If you're not using a backboard or a display board, you can put up shelves. The next tip is seating. I absolutely want you to go out there and to create therapeutic classrooms, but soft upholstered seating is an essential part of a therapeutic room. And that's because the chairs need to be comfortable. Soft furnishings is also a really important element for you to consider. Clean, new pillows, blankets, rugs, tactile things that children can pick up, and that's going to help soothe them. If you go out and buy any sort of wooden chairs or nice looking chairs and they're not soft, it isn't quite meeting the needs when we're looking at trauma-informed or attachment-aware rooms. I talk about self-regulation a lot in my programs, and that's because we need to teach the children to be able to calm themselves down, and our room should give them the opportunities to do that just through what's available. Now, our chairs are part of that. Our soft, comfortable chairs are a really important part of the design because the children can run their hands in there, they can squeeze the chairs, and actually they're self-soothing as part of the way that they're using the room. But remember, these things need to be clean and they need to be new. So when we're thinking about a therapeutic room, the idea is that children can move around, they can choose where they sit, and they can come to learn how they work best. So think about flexible seating, high bar tables, round tables, dining tables, breakout areas. All of those spaces are really important in a therapeutic room. Again, remembering there needs to be space around them and it needs to be comfortable and functional. The other thing is to create different areas within the room. So I'd like to see a library area, a calm area, a reading area in our therapeutic rooms. A reading space or a calm space is really, really important, and it's multifunctional as the day goes on. And that might look like a sofa or an armchair, or even if you can afford it and you don't have lots of space or lots of money, you could have bean bags, but something that's cozy, something that's comfortable. Think about also your windows and bringing the outdoors in. Thinking about really creating a sense of peace and a sense of well-being and good mental health by using the environment around you. If you've got really nice big windows with sort of high windowsills, put some bar stools in front of it so the children can look out. If you don't have green fingers and you don't want to put real plants in your classroom, get some fake plants. Put them all around in the middle of tables, on windowsills, because that is calming and it really helps with mental health and well-being. And it's actually proven that being around greenery and nature helps us to feel well and happy within ourselves. So really utilise the spaces that you've got and get that outside into your classroom in any way that you can. If you don't have a massive budget, think about going thrifty and finding things from places like Facebook Marketplace. Think about things that you would find in a home, sideboards, cabinets and things like that. They have really great functional storage, but they look great too. You want to create a sense of home and a sense of peace within your school environment and come away from the things that you'll find in magazines. So get out there and go and source thrifty pieces of furniture to help you add extra storage to your room that still looks great.